Hi, welcome. As educators, you may be familiar with the role of occupational therapy, or OT, in your school setting. Think of occupation as an activity that's meaningful and necessary for the student to perform. As OTs, our main goal is to support students in successfully performing these activities by eliminating barriers and/or developing necessary skills. What you may not know is that OT addresses the following lesser-known areas that are critical, including sensory processing, executive functioning, environmental modifications, and gross motor skills. Keep watching to learn more.
Sometimes the children we work with have difficulty receiving sensory information from the environment and responding in an appropriate manner. This may be due to an underlying sensory processing issue and can be assessed and improved by an OT. Some behavioral manifestations may look like fear or disinterest with a novel situation or task, gravitational insecurities, outbursts preceding loud noises or bright lights, avoidance of things touching them, or consistent need to be touched. A swing, as shown here, will allow an OT to provide the child input to the vestibular system to better organize the child's responses so that they can engage in age-appropriate occupations. A child with vestibular system deficits may have difficulty with walking up and down stairs, maneuvering on unsteady surfaces, or a need to be in motion all the time. An OT may use an obstacle course or tug-of-war to provide input to the proprioceptive sensory system to help the child better organize responses. A client that has deficits in proprioceptive sensory function may look like they're accident-prone, unable to engage in novel gross motor activities, have difficulties drawing themselves, and/or many other issues related to their understanding of the body and space. Children who have tactile sensory issues often dislike being touched or need tactile input more than other children. Therapists may provide some exposure therapy techniques, engage the child in a stimulating or calming tactile activity to enhance the proper arousal level, or assist in providing the home and classroom setting with the needed equipment to meet the child's tactile needs. These modifications may include a weighted vest to calm the child, fidgets to promote focus in the classroom, gloves during group activities, etc. Furthermore, a child's auditory and visual sensory systems may be overly sensitive or under-responsive. For example, hands over ears when loud noises are present, a preference for darker spaces, a desire for loud music, and more. A therapist can provide access to environmental supports for the child to ensure engagement in age-appropriate occupations.
Another role of OTs in the school setting is to help students who struggle with executive functioning skills. Executive functioning refers to the ways in which we self-regulate and manage our resources in order to achieve a goal. For example, students who can't focus in class or have a hard time transitioning between tasks often need support in developing those skills. During our sessions with the students, we use different interventions to promote success. As mentioned before, sensory integration can be used to create an environment that is less distracting. We limit visual, auditory, and tactile distractions depending on the needs of the student in order to develop skills in a more controlled environment. In order to foster self-regulation, OTs often use tools like the zones of regulation to teach students how to identify current feelings so they can better manage their emotions. It's a great tool that fosters problem-solving skills when conflicts arise. OTs can also support homework organization with schedules and visual reminders using positive feedback, teaching students how to break down tasks into manageable steps. A key to OT is to challenge the students while building their self-esteem. Therefore, we provide a therapeutic environment so students leave feeling confident about their capabilities.
In addition to working with individuals, OTs can recommend modifications for entire classrooms to help all students with or without disabilities participate in school. OT skill set in modifying and evaluating the physical and social environment plays a crucial role in therapy that extends beyond the individual and into groups. For students with motor and physical disabilities, OTs can recommend adaptations to better access and utilize tools in students' physical environment. This can include adaptations to seating in desks, adaptive mouse or keyboard for typing and writing implements. As previously mentioned, sensory processing difficulties can interfere with students' abilities to stay focused and learn in the classroom. Implementing principles from universal design for learning, OTs can suggest decorating the classroom with pastel colors instead of brightly colored decorations, or even reducing artwork displays and correcting classroom lighting to eliminate overloaded visual triggers. To promote self-regulation for anxious or hyperactive students, OTs can create sensory bins and place it in a designated cool-down area of the class. Curriculum modifications like implementing regular rest breaks or even stretch breaks can promote movement and help students who have difficulty transitioning onto the next activity. OTs can collaborate with teachers to accommodate diverse learning styles by identifying strategies that improve attention and behavior for the whole class. This could be things like rearranging desks or placing children with vision difficulties closer to the class board.
OT also provides critical intervention for children in your classroom who have deficits in gross motor skills. Gross motor skills are whole body movements, including core stability. Children with deficits in gross motor skill will seem uncoordinated and clumsy, and also may avoid physical activities. In the classroom, you may notice a child running into things, dropping things, and using a deeply slouched, poor tabletop posture. An OT will help children with gross motor deficits develop strength and endurance by engaging the child in fun exercises such as wheelbarrow walks, wall push-ups, running, kicking sit-ups, and more exercises. These exercises will support the child in developing the core and limb strength necessary to perform everyday tasks and support his or her body during the school day. An OT will also foster balance and whole body coordination through activities such as jumping rope, jumping on a trampoline, climbing, playing hopscotch, throwing and catching a ball, and arts and crafts activities that require the coordination of both hands. While these activities might appear like simple play, the OT is strategically engaging and motivating a child to develop specific balance and body coordination abilities. An OT may also collaborate with teachers to support a student with gross motor deficits through environmental supports or adaptive equipment, as Raquel mentioned before. Children who have difficulty maintaining proper tabletop posture, for example, may need a desk support in order to engage successfully in writing or scissor tasks.
Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to view this video. We know that as educators and parents, your time is both limited and valuable. We hope that we have been able to expand your awareness of what pediatric OT can offer. The services offered by school-based OTs in public schools may differ from those available in private practice clinics. Consult your school's OT to determine which would meet the needs of your student.